Hello and welcome to my studio, where today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own crown. Now, crowns coming out of Christmas crackers are a bit of a feature of Christmas Day, but if you feel like you'd like to up your Christmas crown game, then this is the workshop for you. You don't need very many materials, just a few bits and pieces, and it shouldn't take you too long to do. So, let's get making. So to start with, let's have a look at the tools and materials that we're going to use for this craft. Most importantly, you're going to need a sheet of card. Now, as you can probably tell, this is mirror card, so you can just about see my reflection in there. And this is silver, but the crown that I'm currently wearing is gold. Comes in lots of different colours. If you haven't got metallic card, you could use any other coloured card, and you could either paint it, colour it, collage it with pages from magazines, cover it with shiny wrapping paper, anything like that. So, most important thing, sheet of A4 card. You're also going to need a template to make your crown shape. So I've got one here and I'll put the templates up for you. This one I made just by folding a normal piece of A4 paper in half, drawing on my crown shape and cutting it out. And as you can see, that's going to make me a really nice crown shape there. You're going to need some glue, some scissors. You need something to hold the crown onto your head, so I would get a nice bit of ribbon, a bit of lace, whatever you've got lying around. The one that I'm wearing at the moment is tied on with feather boa, but if you don't have a spare feather boa lying around, you might have some ribbon. You also might want some bits and pieces to decorate your crown. So I've got some pom-poms here, I've got some buttons. My crown has buttons on because I'm the Queen of Craft. And I've also got some sparkly jewels. You could also use sequins, you could use sweetie wrappers scrunched up. Again, anything that you've got to hand. So we've got our tools and materials. Let's get making. We're going to start off by drawing out our template. So on the back of your card, which if you're using mirror card is the non-shiny side, you're going to place down your template. There we go. And you can probably, with most designs, get 2 crowns out of each sheet of card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just carefully trace round my templates, just using a pencil here. There we go. So this is on the back of my card. I've just traced my template, ready to cut out. Which leads us to our next step, which is to cut it out. So as I'm cutting this out, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I was downstairs not long ago, and the postman came, which is a normal thing. But what wasn't normal was that I was actually wearing my crown. And I forgot that I was wearing my crown. So I went to say hi to the postman and thank you for delivering our letters. And he was looking at me in a slightly confused way. It took me quite a long time to realise why he was looking at me in a confused way. And it was, of course, because I was wearing a crown. Which, I don't think is that weird, but what do I know? Okay, so there we go. Now, the bigger bit I'm going to put to the side, because actually that's going to be a little bit big. But you can see from this template, you could potentially have 2 different crowns. I'm going to work with the thinner one for this. So now we've got our basic template. Just give it a little bit of curve, and you can even try it on at this point. Check how it's sitting on your head. But now we get on to the really interesting bit, which is decorating our crown. I'm going to start decorating my crown by attaching the ribbon. Now the piece of ribbon needs to be long enough to go round your head and tied in a little bow, because this is what's going to hold it onto your head. And because I've got nice shiny ribbon, I'm going to make a feature of that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half to find the middle point, which is there. And I'm going to line that up with the middle of my crown. And I'm going to glue along the edge. And what you can see is that's going to give me a nice silver band on the bottom of my silver crown. And it's going to give me 2 loose ends that I'll be able to tie round my head and wear the crown with. So just keeping a little mark on that. I've got a pin on my desk, so I'm going to just pop a little pin in there. I'm going to pop some glue on, and I'm just using PVA glue, so that's just normal white glue. Depending on what you're sticking on, you could probably get away with a glue stick. If you're very crafty and have a glue gun is perfect for this. You can even get glittery glue sticks for your glue gun. And then not only does it glue things on, but it can decorate at the same time. But ordinary glue is absolutely fine. That will work just as well. So I'm going to take that pin out before I stick it on, because I don't want to glue the pin into my crown. That wouldn't be very comfortable. And I'm going to just pop this along there and just smooth that out. There we go. And now I can continue decorating the rest of my crown. So I'm thinking that pom-poms are a good addition to a crown. And I've got some nice sparkly pom-poms here. So again, using my PVA glue, and I'm just using a bit of scrap card as a spreader, but you could obviously use a glue spreader if you've got one, or a brush. If you use a brush, make sure that you wash it really thoroughly, otherwise all the glue will dry and it will clog up your brush and you won't be able to use it for anything else. So I'm going to pop those on there like that. I think actually I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna pop the red one on there. I'm gonna have a different colour in the middle. Have a little look through my pom-pom. There we go, got a nice gold one maybe, or maybe a blue one. Oh, green, have a green one. There we go, red and green, that's a good festive combination, isn't it? Ooh, my glue is alive, there we go. So I've got some nice pom-poms on my Christmas hat, looking very festive. I think we'll have some nice shiny jewels as well. So you can obviously spend quite a bit of time playing around with this bit, laying things out exactly where you want them. I'm just kind of whizzing through to show you what we're doing. There we go. So big blob of glue for that one. Nice little green gem there. And then a little red one here. As I say, if you haven't got jewels and gems and things like that, have a look and see what else you could use. Buttons can be really pretty, they work really well as jewels. The cellophane that you get round sweetie wrappers, you could cut little shapes out and put the cellophane behind, then it would look like jewels. You could scrunch up bits of tissue paper to look like coloured jewels. There's all sorts of things you can do. So have fun, play around, make it as decorative as you want. You can add as many touches as you like, and then put it to one side to let the glue dry. Don't try it on while the glue is wet, because your hair will just get stuck in it and that will not be pleasant. And then once it's dry, you can carefully bend it round, tie it on your head, and enjoy being the king or queen of the Christmas table.